What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4, and today on Top 10 Tuesday, we're going to be taking a look at my predictions for the 2016-2017 NFL Division winners. I'm going to give you the winners. I'm going to give you kind of the order of how I think things will pan out. And to make it 10, we'll have my two wildcard picks, who's going to end up winning the wildcard for the respected conference. So, without further ado, jumping right in at number 10, we'll start from the AFC East and work our way down. I think the winner of the AFC East will still be the New England Patriots. Gotta be a smart man. Smart man does not bet against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. I mean, death, taxes, and the Patriots winning the AFC East. There's pretty much a lock-in, if you will, for the NFL. I do think there's potential. There's 4 games that Tom Brady may potentially miss, could come back and give teams like the Bills or the Dolphins, maybe not the Jets, if not Ryan Fitzpatrick. As I'm recording this, Ryan Fitzpatrick is not re-signed, so Geno Smith is their starting quarterback. I think that's going to cause them to struggle a bit, even though they have a great defense. But for me, the Dolphins and the Bills could maybe make ground in those 4 games that Brady may miss, and throw a wrench into the mix for this AFC East. But until I'm proven wrong, I think the Patriots will win the AFC East. They still got Tom Brady when he comes back. They can be 0-4. They can still finish 12-4 with Tom Brady at quarterback. You've seen in past, no matter how how many question marks they have on offense. Tom Brady can still produce. That defense can still produce. Bend not break defense. The Patriots are who I'm going with in the AFC East. Now, up in the AFC South, Jacksonville Jaguars. I did say in an earlier video, I think either the Jaguars or the Raiders will fail to live up expectations. Not in this video. I'm going with who I want. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will be the top team. I mean, the Texans maybe. I think the Texans have the best defense in the conference, but there's some questions over Brock Osweiler. You got the Colts, who... there's still some question marks. They got Andrew Luck back. Is Andrew Luck truly an elite quarterback, just product of, injuries and having his playmakers not perform? Or is he just, a middle-of-the-pack quarterback? Well, not middle of the pack, but is he like a quarterback that's always going to be, I don't know the proper way to word this. Maybe like, try something that compare him to. He has a lot of turnovers. What other way to fucking put it? He turns the ball over quite a bit. And I don't know if that's just, a product of his system, a product of his coaches, or is it him? So I think the Colts, question mark, another year of going in with a question mark. The Titans, I still think they're a couple years away, even though they did trade for DeMarco Murray and had all those draft picks, all those high draft picks in 2016. They still got a little bit of a ways to go. So I think really this division will be the Jags, Texans, and Colts. I think the Titans are for sure the outside team. And I think the Jags get it done, baby, and win the AFC South. Blake Bortles, AR-14, that offense, they look great. Their defense, Gus Bradley, good defensive head coach. He'll put those players that are, Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey, Dante Fowler, Malik Jackson, Paul Posluszny, Tashawn Gibson coming to free agency, Prince Amukamara. They got a lot going on there. So they can get the chemistry sorted out and, hit this season full force. I think they're going to win the AFC South. Moving on, number 8, the AFC North. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. For the last couple of years, they've been one of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL. I think outside of wide receiver, where they lost, Sanu and Marvin Jones, they're solid across the board. And still, obviously, they still have AJ Green. They have a legit superstar at their weakest position. So it's really just a reflection on the depth there. I think the Steelers will come second. The Ravens and Browns will round out the division. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Joe Flacco, and the Browns are the Browns. I think they will be optimistic heading into 2017 off of this season, but I mean, come on, they're still the Browns. It's still a really tough division. The Steelers, I think they will miss Martavis Bryant quite a bit. I don't think Marcus Wheaton can really fill the shoes, but they still have Antonio Brown. You gotta have a healthy Le'Veon Bell. The defense is a work in progress, but I think the Bengals, a healthy Andy Dalton, AJ Green's gonna go off. They get a great offensive line, great run game. Defense is very, very solid, so I think the Bengals are the safe bet to win the AFC North. Look at the AFC West. Fuck it. Oakland Raiders. Going with the Oakland Raiders. They got the car insurance offensive line there, protected Derek Carr, and hopefully filling some holes for Mr. Did I say feeling some holes? Filling some holes? Making some holes. Depends on what, are you a pervert? Making some holes for Latavius Murray in that run game. Defense is great. They're looking very solid. Made a lot of good signings. Maybe some concerns over chemistry on defense, as all those players going to be gelling at the beginning of the season. But I mean, this is almost a toss-up of a division. I'm going to just be, optimistic and go with the team I think will win and want to win in the Oakland Raiders. The Chiefs are very good. Very well-rounded. Maybe not so much if Justin Houston's gone. I don't know if they've made a final decision if he's going to miss the season or not. The Broncos, they got a lot of holes. Weren't able to fill a lot of holes in the AFC West. They lost a lot of players in free agency. They had quarterback concerns. Mark Sanchez, are you kidding me? but they still have elite playmakers on defense. Maybe the best wide receiving core in the division. The Chargers with a healthy Phillip Rivers, healthy Keenan Allen. Melvin Gordon hopefully sort his shit out. Healthy offensive line. They have a solid defense. I mean, AFC West is up for grabs, but I think the Raiders did enough this offseason that I want to optimistically say they can get it done. Go number 6 in the NFC East. And as much as it pains me to say, I'm going to have to go with the Washington Redskins. I think the Redskins are the most well-rounded team in the division. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. They went ahead and got Josh Doctson, another weapon for Kirk Cousins to throw to. I think Kirk Cousins is solid. I don't think he ever will be a Pro Bowl type quarterback, but he's going to be a guy that's going to be clutch. He showed last season he can come up big in fourth quarters. Limits the turnovers, can throw deep to the Deshaun Jacksons, to the Josh Doxsons, to the Pierre Garçons. Their offensive line is very good. Defensively, like I said, there's not a whole lot of weakness on their defense. So I think the Redskins win this division. Second place will be the Cowboys. The Eagles will be a toss-up. I think the Eagles are gonna have a lot of questions. I don't think it's gonna be the best year for the Eagles. Put it this way, I'm not buying a ticket and playing a trip to Philly this year. Maybe for 2017, but not this year. So I think it'll be Redskins, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. Eagles will finish ahead of the Giants because, I mean, what else is new? But as much as it pains me to say, I think the Redskins will win the NFC East. Going number 5, the NFC South. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers to repeat. They did lose Josh Norman, but outside of that, they gained Travis Benjamin on offense. They have Cam Newton coming off an MVP season. They have a good offensive line, a great defensive line, a great linebacking core. Questions in the secondary, but outside of that, man, they are a very sound team. In a developing division, I mean, the Bucs are optimistic they can compete with Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, a new head coach. I think defensively they may struggle without Lovie Smith. It seems like a lot of players on that team were kind of disappointed that Lovie Smith is gone, so maybe that'll have some effect on their defense. The Atlanta Falcons, I mean, Matt Ryan's the most overrated player in the NFL. But when you have Julio Jones on your team and Dan Quinn-led defense, you can always compete. And then you always got the Saints. They can score on anybody. They can get their defensive situation sorted out. This is going to be a very close division. But I'll go with the safe, easy bet and go with the Carolina Panthers to make another push for a Super Bowl. Number 4, looking at the NFC North, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I think with a healthy Jordy Nelson, they'll have Randall Cobb moving back to wide receiver 2, where he belongs. You have Aaron Rodgers, who may be the best player in the NFL. You have a defense that's very sound. I mean, they don't have B.J. Raji anymore at nose tackle, but they did find a potential suitable replacement in Kenny Clark with their first-round pick in the NFL draft. Was he a first-round pick, actually, or did they trade back, give him the second round? Either or, their top pick, Kenny Clark, will probably fill in for B.J. Raji. Their secondary is good. You have Clay Matthews in the linebacking core. The ageless wonder, Julius Peppers. I'm going to go with the Packers to win the division. I think the Vikings are going to be very competitive again this year. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater will finally get it all together. I don't know if he ever will, but you still got AP. You got Laquan Treadwell to add with Stephon Diggs. You got a good offensive line that was kind of banged up last season. They'll be healthy, and a very, very good defense. The Bears and Lions will battle out for the bottom of the division, I think. But I do know that the Packers and Vikings will be competing for it, and I do think the Packers in the end will edge out the Vikings. Number 3, the NFC West. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. This was kind of easy. I think the Cardinals may be the most complete team in the NFL. They may be actually my favorite to win the Super Bowl this coming year. I love Bruce Arians. I love what he does. I love his coaching mentality. I love the way he makes his team play. They're very good on offense. They didn't really lose anyone. They got emerging superstar running back potentially in David Johnson. They had Evan Mathis at guard. You know, he's one of my favorite players. Defensively, they brought in Chandler Jones. What's up with Darryl Washington? But they got Honey Badger. If he can bounce back from his injury, he's going to be great. So I think it's the Arizona Cardinals are going to win that division. The Seahawks offensive line is too shit for me to say that they will compete. But, I mean, that defense is good enough to kind of overcompensate. So I think Seattle will be number 2. Rams 3 and 49ers 4. And now, number 2, we'll be talking about the AFC wildcard. I'm going to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they have too much offensive firepower to beat out, the Bills, the Texans, the Chiefs. But, I mean, the AFC wildcard, in my opinion, is a little bit more competitive than the NFC wildcard. But I will just throw the nod to, a really good playoff performer in Ben Roethlisberger that they can get it done. And, I mean, with Antonio Brown, who's debatably the best offensive player in the NFL, I think they can get it done in the AFC wildcard. And number 1, the NFC wildcard, I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. I think they have maybe the best defense in the NFL. I know that's been held by the Seattle Seahawks for quite some time, but I think with AP, Teddy Bridgewater, some good weapons at wide receiver, and a very good defense. They should be able to handle the other teams in the wild card and get that spot for the NFC. So there we go, guys. Those are my predictions for the 2016-2017 division winners. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree. Smash that like button if you enjoyed, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.